Good morning, everyone. We are in Anchorage, Alaska this morning. We are stopping for a cup of coffee. We're on our way out to a glacier called Portage Glacier. Believe it's about another hour drive from where we're at. So we're gonna get our cup of coffee and we're gonna hit the road again. All right, I got my 16-ounce Americano with cream. It's 24 degrees out. We got the dogs in the back seat. We're ready to hit the highway again. We made it out here. I think this is a town. It's called Portage. This is the Portage Glacier. And now we need to hike 2 miles across a frozen lake to go check out this glacier.
Okay, it's super windy out here, so we have to get some gear on because we don't want to freeze out there. Come on, boys, you ready?
So I don't think there's a real trail. At least it doesn't look that way, but there's some footsteps. That's where we're headed.
This is our first time out this way. We've been out this direction in the summer when we visited Alaska about 2 years back. And this lake has to be crossed at a certain time because it has to be really frozen. It's actually quite dangerous to come out to these glaciers because the way the water is, and you just kind of need to do it at the right time. So we are here in the first week of February when it's been super cold and everything's really hard and frozen, and we're both comforted by the fact that there's a trail and another person probably 1.5 miles off in the distance. Come on, Bo! This isn't a bad walk at all.
So like Ariel mentioned, we came here before we lived in Alaska, kind of check this place out to see if we could see the glacier. And it's completely different in the summer. If you can see kind of back over there, you can see a ferry. And in the summertime, you can actually come out here and the snow's all gone. And you can take a tour on that ferry around the bend on the lake, and you can check out the glacier that way.
We've been walking for about 30 minutes or so, and we're about to turn the corner. I think it's still a little walk from there, but getting closer.
All right, we came around the bend. We were greeted with Portage Glacier. It's beautiful. It's nice bright blue. And I believe it's 110 stories tall. So this thing is massive, but you can't get too close to it. I think the closer you get to it, the more dangerous it is, because part of those glaciers can fall. And we've heard that the ice is a lot thinner the closer you get to the glacier. So we're gonna get to a safe distance, check this thing out.
Okay, so that was us crashing our drone, unfortunately, last time. We had to go home that day. Our drone was not flying properly, order a part, and Eric replaced it. And we are back out here at the Portage Glacier. We wanted to walk back out the 2.5 miles just to show you how awesome this glacier is. And we got lucky. Today is a gorgeous day. So we're gonna head out there and meet you back where we left off. All right, so our mission ended prematurely. We were only about a 1/4 mile in, and no one has been out here since the last few storms, so there's no track, so we're making our own track, and I think it's probably, you know, a good 8 inches of snow that we're in. And Eric actually walked ahead and ran into a little bit of slush, a little bit too much more slush than we're comfortable with, especially just not being very familiar with coming out here on this glacier. And we have had some warmer weather, so we're just calling it quits. It's not safe enough to go out that way. We did try to fly our drone out there, and that also didn't end well because our tablet got too cold. I think it's like -9 today, and that's just too cold for our tablet. Usually we bring hot packs to keep our equipment warm, and we did for our drone, but not for the tablet. So all in all, it's just a total fail. And we've actually tried to come out here 3 different occasions. This is our 3rd one. I'm thinking it's gonna be next year when we'll make it back out here, but at least we did get to go last time and see it, and it is gorgeous. And if you are ever in this area, January and February, those are the months to come out and see this glacier, and you just really want to make sure the conditions are right and it is safe. With that being said, we're gonna walk back and check out some of the spots on the way back, since it's a nice drive and there's lots of things to see and it's nice weather.
All right, so it didn't work out for us at the glacier today, so we hiked back to the truck, and now we are doing something we have never done before, and we are driving to a town called Whittier, and we get to drive through a really long tunnel. So we've been out to this spot, but we've never actually paid the toll and gone through the tunnel to check out the town, and the lady said we just need to wait in line, and it's a single lane tunnel, and I think she said it opens up in about 20 minutes. So we're gonna wait in line, and in 20 minutes, we'll be going through the tunnel.
Are you feeding some of the wildlife? I think that's frowned upon.
It is big. No, you wouldn't take the ocean track.
That's the tunnel?
We're gonna walk around, look at these really cool boats. This one right here is really old. I don't know if you can see it behind me. This green one. Big one though. And this water is probably like 20 or 30 feet deep, but you can see the bottom. It's like blue, clear water. Anyways, let's check out some of these boats, see if we see any cool names. This is a really nice one here. And then it looks like this one here is for sale. They're not cheap. It's a 2007. It's 145,000. That's what they're asking for it. It's called She-Worthy. It's a pretty cool name for a boat. That was the Sea Leopard. And then this one right here is called Trinket. And it's like a big sailboat. It's a really cool looking boat. And then a lot of these boats I've noticed they have like smaller rafts on top, or this one has kayaks. And I think that's for getting off like in coves and going, you know, in shallower parts of the bays. All right, that was just one of the little piers we walked down. Let's go hop over another one. Man, I mean, there must be hundreds of boats out here. So let's keep walking around. This one right here is all the way from Juneau, Alaska. This boat came a long way. Another sailboat right back there. This is another one that's for sale right here. Doesn't say how much it is. That's a big boat. And see, it's got one of those rafts on top that I was talking about. This is a huge one behind me. That's probably the biggest one we've seen so far. This one right here.
This is the Dream Seeker right here. We got the Titan Time and the Moonraker. Hey, that one's from Seward. He's not allowed here.
Early Times. This is a really cool looking boat right here. It's called Early Times. And I think they're made of aluminum. That's what it looks like. But it's just really cool, like old looking. But it just looks like a really sturdy, heavy duty boat. So I think we found the Oregon Ducks boat. The Mighty O.
It's so scary, but so beautiful at the same time.
So this is Kevin Bacon's boat right here. This is his sailboat. It's a nice big one here called Good Times. I think everyone's just kind of the off season, so everyone looks like each spot you can, I forget what it's called. It might be called a slip. That might be right, where you park your boat. Anyways, each one has like its own electrical outlet, and all these boats are plugged in. There's a couple guys snow shoveling them off. Oh, there's a huge one here on the end. Let's go check this one out. Jeez. These are like the big boats down here. This one has a jet ski on it and two other boats. That one's got two Argos, which are like amphibious ATVs with 8 wheels. It's got two Argos on top and two more boats on top. So this is probably just a bigger section, maybe deeper water or something where they keep the bigger ones. It's called the Northwest Odyssey. All right, we saw some really cool boats down here, and this town I think is pretty much shut down for the winter. You know, it's not a lot of tourists out here in the winter, so not a lot of the shops are open, but we're gonna try to find somewhere to get a cup of coffee, and we're gonna just walk around, or probably drive around at first, just cruise the town of Whittier a little more before we head back through that tunnel.
Today is a perfect example of Alaska, if you've never been here. We drove to get here from where we live. It was a few hours, but we passed the Turnagain Arm first, which is just incredible right now. And we were gonna do the glacier, and then we made a pit stop in Whittier, and I literally don't think I could see anything more beautiful. It's stunning.
We've been watching this guy, and it's pretty cool. He's got that huge bucket on that tractor, and he's clearing a big area in the parking lot, and he's just dumping it right out into the water.
We're gonna try and make it back for the 2:10 to get across on the other side of the bridge. Otherwise, we have to wait another hour, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the whole world, but we're gonna saw everything there is to see, right?
Yep, I think we got like, what, 3.5 hour drive home, but pretty sweet town to come to. It'd probably be really cool to come in the summer when everything's open. I think I saw one place that was open, but no cafes or anything like that to get a cup of java. So that kind of sucks, so I'll have to get one on the way home.
And it seems like there's people that live out here too, which is interesting. I didn't know that. So very industrial. We made it back to the other side, and we have a few hours of a drive home. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and we hope you enjoyed today's adventure.
We'll see you guys next time.